Welcome to New River Community College. This is the nursing pinning and graduation ceremony to recognize the 2020 and 2021 graduates of our Associate Degree Nursing Program and the 2020 graduates of our Practical Nursing Program. I'm Lori Comead, Coordinator of Nursing. It is my honor to participate in this recognition of our graduates. Tonight is a continuation of a 141-year history in our nation of celebrating the completion of nursing education with a pinning ceremony. We have adjusted our traditional ceremony so that we could come together this year to celebrate the success of our 2020 and 2021 graduates. The ceremony symbolizes their accomplishment and their commitment to the nursing profession. I introduce you to our president, Dr. Pat Huber. Dr. Huber is a leader and advocate for nursing education. Her support of our nursing program helps to meet the healthcare needs of people in the New River Valley and other areas where our nursing graduates practice. We all benefit from her exemplary leadership, her guidance, and her support of the nursing programs, especially so as she has guided us to continue educating our students through the COVID-19 pandemic. We are honored that she is with us tonight. Please welcome Dr. Huber.
Okay, are we ready? Yeah. I am just so excited. I don't know about you all, but it is just so wonderful to see people, to have you together, to have you with us, and it's been a long, long journey in lots of ways, so thank you. It is my pleasure to welcome you to New River Community College's pinning and graduation ceremony for the Associate Degree and Practical Nursing programs. This is obviously a special night for you, but it's also a special night for families, friends, and representatives from the healthcare community who are present either in person or by way of video stream to celebrate your success. But before we proceed with celebrating you, a special note of thanks is in order. Certainly, this program would not be possible without the opportunity for our students to obtain experience in clinical settings. Please allow me to express appreciation to the 4 New River Valley hospitals and 14 other healthcare facilities that serve as clinical settings for our associate degree and practical nursing programs. Without support from these hospitals and other healthcare agencies, with their support, our students gain that real-world experience that is essential in preparing them for a career in nursing. We deeply appreciate these agencies' support of our program. And because of space limitations and other pandemic-related restrictions, many could not join us this evening. But I would like to recognize 2 representatives who are attending in person. Would you please stand when I call your name? We have the nurse executives from 2 area healthcare agencies. Ms. Christine Ludwig from Lewis Gale Pulaski, and Dr. Amy Woods from Lewis Gale Montgomery. Now, let me also say, Dr. Woods is a member of the Board of Directors of the New River Community College Educational Foundation. Many of you have received an Educational Foundation scholarship to move you through the program. So thank you, both of you, for being with us. It is without any question at all, Ms. Ludwig and Dr. Woods, you have been more than overwhelmed at your work during this pandemic. Yet, you kept your doors, and I say your hearts, open to our faculty and students. We are more than grateful for your unwavering support of our program. Thank you for continuing through the pandemic to provide clinical placements and learning opportunities for our students. We appreciate you much. I would also like to recognize our nursing faculty. Faculty, if you would, please stand to be recognized. Dr. Lori Comede, Coordinator of Nursing Programs. Michelle Keister, Dr. Deborah Massaro, Caitlin Reed, Misty Rice, and Helen Wolf. Thank you. Students, did they work you hard enough? They better have, because my health is going to depend on how much they worked you. But we also have some adjunct who are with us this evening, who fill in and do clinicals and other important things for our program. Would you please stand if you're here? I know a couple are. Lori Canada, Jean Cintron, Deborah Pike, Shannon Souther, and Libby Woodyard. Thank you. All of these professionals have contributed immensely to the success of the program and to the success of you students, especially during some extremely challenging times in navigating the pandemic. Thank you for your tremendous work. But there are still some other very special guests, our college board members. These members serve behind the scenes, or in the case of this year, behind Zoom, as advocates for our students and our programs. Would you please stand as I call your name and remain standing until all board members have been recognized? From Floyd County, Dr. Margaret Peggy DeWald Link. From Montgomery County, Dr. Sharon Scott. From Pulaski County, Mr. William Bill Cunningham and Mr. Cameron Peel. And from the city of Radford, Mr. Steve Harvey, who serves as chairman of the board. Thank you for your support. And that highlights some of the people behind our nursing program. But now it's time to focus on you students. You have traveled quite a path for the last 2 years, not the least of which has been influenced by the pandemic. You have really seen firsthand just how important and how valued you and your profession are to society. I thank you for choosing a profession of service to others. But you've had your own challenges to meet, and you've met them. That's why you're sitting in this seat this evening. I know you feel a great sense of excitement. I know you feel a great sense of relief, because this is a tough program. But I imagine you also feel a sense of sadness that your time here is ending. We applaud you on your accomplishments, and we now encourage you to go out and make all of us proud representing these outstanding programs. Please accept my congratulations and the best wishes from the entire New River Community College family. Thank you.
At this time, I'm very pleased to introduce our speakers. We're fortunate to have as our speakers two outstanding leaders of the ADN program class of 2021, Logan Underwood and Karina Hill. Each of these students have demonstrated exceptional leadership during their time in the program and helped to promote positivity as we responded to the pandemic mid-semester last spring, and as we all adapted to online delivery of our courses and change in our clinicals. Logan Underwood will be our first speaker. Logan plans to begin his nursing career in July, working in the emergency department at Carilion New River Valley Medical Center.
As Dr. Comey mentioned, my name is Logan Underwood, and I'm humbled to have the distinct honor to talk to you today. 624 days ago, at 8 o'clock in the morning, we walked into the classroom, took our seats beside strangers, and began this wonderful, stressful, and crazy journey we call nursing school. Little did we know that first day started a roller coaster of emotions. We cried, we laughed, we stressed, we lost sleep, we even dozed off. And did I mention we cried? But more importantly, that first day sparked a bond between us, a bond that we quickly became reliant on to make it through to the other side. Each of us came to class that first day with different backgrounds, different knowledge, different life experiences, and different opinions. Opinions that I all think we voiced at one time or another. However, that bond quickly became family as we leaned on each other and helped each other out. But most importantly, we learned together and taught each other. That first semester, we also quickly met our first big milestone, failing our first test. But as a good sport, we cried it out, argued with the teachers about the right answers to try and salvage what we could, got up and dusted ourselves off. We even made it through the unpleasant stuff, urinary catheters, bedpans, wound care, and I remember, like most of you, thinking to myself more than once, why was it a good idea to become a nurse again? In that semester, we learned the basics and the fundamentals, the core of what makes a profound and exceptional nurse. We learned to appreciate that nurses have the support that nurses have, and that healthcare is truly a team sport. As Dolly Parton once said, the way I see it, if you want the rainbow, you got to put up with the rain. And I think we can all agree we had to put up with a lot of rain that semester to reach the next step. The second semester, the semester that everything changed. While we started out strong, COVID quickly had other plans and changed our nursing education in ways no one had ever seen. While our second semester did not finish the way we planned, the third semester was the real test of strength. We thought we were stressed before, but boy, we were wrong. We ended up interviewing robot patients, took virtual vital signs, even started virtual IVs. More than once, assignments disappeared into thin air, and the tiring struggles of iHuman set in. We even became the first telehealth nurses to go through psychiatric nursing education. Fortunately, we stumbled together as one team. And thankfully, to save us when we were on the brink of a meltdown, the instructors would always give us a hilarious war story to make us laugh through the tears. Those laughs quickly transformed into a nursing diagnosis. Priority emotional support related to ongoing stress, as evidenced by creating history for attending online nursing school. I even had to complete a concept map for that sentence. The last semester, we finally got the Zoom and online processes figured out, for the most part. We had patient contacts, we learned from real case studies, and we were able to complete hands-on skills, and interventions. We learn how to put that education into actual practice and to study, plan, and implement care for our patients. Wrapping up our clinicals, we were finally ready to step into the real world and become registered nurses. But with that step brings great responsibility. Class, we are about to enter a humble profession, one that I know each of you will succeed at. We enter a profession that Americans have ranked the most trusted, ethical, and honest profession for 19 years in a row. But with that label, we must ethically uphold both ourselves and our actions. We must carry ourselves with integrity, be true patient advocates, and always cast empathy. We must strive for knowledge, always be learning and open to change. We must treat our patients with respect and dignity, always be truthful, and never lie. We must show up for work each day, prepared to do our best. We inevitably will lose patients despite our best efforts, but we will humbly save patients because we were swift and thorough. Some of you will even have the distinct honor of birthing patients into this world. But today, make a promise to both yourself and to your future patients to never settle for mediocrity, never settle for standards and expectations, but instead strive for greatness in all you do. As you sit before me tonight, you close the chapter of nursing education. But with the conclusion of this chapter, you must never forget the education you have received or the knowledge you hold from it. You are now preparing to sit for the NCLEX and to enter the big leagues. Your first job as a registered nurse. While a new job brings uncertainties, self-doubts, and the feeling that inexperience outweighs experience, do not ever forget the hands-on experience you do hold. You each have logged over 500 clinical hours, and collectively we have all reached over 28,500 hours of education. You have been taught everything from bed baths to OB assessments, and to even lead a code team on a cardiac arrest patient. But with that experience, you must also never forget the reminder from the mother of nursing, Florence Nightingale. She once said, let us never consider ourselves finished nurses. We must be learning all of our lives. So now you must go forth into your new job and never stop learning. Education is the driver of success and the key to achieving greatness. Your whole career is based off of evidence-based practice, which is ever-changing and never complete. So you must keep logging clinical hours, continually attend continuing education, and never take your knowledge for granted. After all, you each hold the ability and the knowledge to save and impact another human life. Make it count. In just a moment, I will leave you with one last quote, a quote that encompasses our journey through this program and through a worldwide pandemic that shook the foundation of education and of nursing. A quote that symbolizes that nurses we watched day in and day out in the hospitals who defied all odds and continually showed up for work without regard for their own health. A quote that will encompass each of us as we leave here tonight and enter the world of nursing. A quote to remind you that no matter how hard a shift is, how emotionally draining the profession can be, always, and I'll repeat, always keep moving forward. Always think about the next step, and always remember how amazing each of you truly are as we embark on this next journey in life. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward." So congratulations to each of you that sit before me. We finally made it. Thank you.
Karina Hill is our next speaker. Karina will be beginning her nursing career in medical ICU at Lewis Gale Hospital, Salem. I should add that both Logan and Karina have been the class representatives for the class of 2021.
So I made it up here without falling. Check. As Dr. Comede said, my name is Karina Hill, and it's my honor to get to speak to you today on the behalf of our class of 2021. As we graduate today, let us not forget to thank those who got us here. Thank you, Google, Wikipedia, Davis.com, and of course, copy and paste. But seriously, can you believe it? We never thought this day would come. We prayed for it to end, crossed days off our calendars, counted down the hours, minutes, and even down to the last second. But this celebration is bittersweet because it is the last time we will be together with these friends who have become more like family. For those of you who have never been to nursing school, let me let you in on a little secret. To survive with your sanity intact, you have to have that group of friends who know what you're going through because they're in the chaos with you. Those friends who inspired and encouraged you, cried and laughed with you, and even practiced the Chick-fil-A greeting just in case this nursing thing doesn't work out. Those friends who helped you through the hard stuff, for example, those multiple choice tests where every answer is correct, and it makes you wonder if the instructors are plotting against us. They were there when you told your first fib to a patient, you know, that patient who asked if this is your first time starting an IV. They didn't need to know that the only other time had been done on a mannequin. So they kept a straight face when you were going to start that IV and they told that patient what an IV boss you are. And then they backed you up with encouraging words when you missed. But nobody else celebrated with you or knew that feeling when you got flashback for the first time. Or what about at 1 a.m. while studying for those brutal tests? You know, when you began to regret skipping those naps in kindergarten? I will have to say that I won't be missing that or the group text at 11:39 p.m. asking what is due in the next 29 minutes. Hashtag the struggle is real. And you knew that they were up with you because it's nursing school and nobody sleeps. We don't have time for that. When we started nursing school, our instructors told us it would be hard, and they were correct, but not the most correct. The correct answer is nursing school is like riding a bike that is on fire, and you are on fire, and everything is on fire, and you must choose which water is most wet to put it out with. So congratulations on making it through one of the hardest and most emotionally challenging times we will ever face. Not only did we make it through nursing school, but we did it during a pandemic. Yeah, we rock. The top 10 things I learned while in nursing school: select all apply questions have the same effect on your heart as adenosine. That you should document everything. If it ain't documented, it didn't happen. Number 8, the instructors and the book are always right, even when they disagree. On tests, the correct answer is always airway. Always. If the patient can't breathe, they're not going to live long. If it's wet and it's not yours, wear gloves. 5, and this is a pro tip, laminate your notes so the tears roll right off. Number 4, thou shalt not cross the sterile field, ever. 3, no, you do not have every disease covered in class. Even if you think you have all the symptoms, you don't have it. 2, nursing school is a vicious cycle, so just be ready. Study, cry, caffeinate, repeat. Throw in some clinicals, sims, iHumans for good measure, and if you're feeling cute, finish up those prep U's early. And lastly, the most important, what happens in clinicals stays in clinicals, period. I would like to finish up by saying that even if we still don't know all the lab values or what every one of those medications are for, I know we will learn with time, hopefully. No, eventually we will learn them. But knowing all that stuff isn't as important as the compassion it takes to be a good nurse, because we still have Google, right? Compassion, though, is not something that can be taught, and since we all made it through nursing school and still want to be nurses, that speaks to the heart of our character. As Maya Angelou said, as nurses, we have the opportunity to heal the mind, soul, heart, and body of our patients, their families, and ourselves. They may forget your name, but they will never forget how you made them feel. So as we end this chapter and start anew, I would just like to take this opportunity to congratulate our nursing class of 2021. We made it. Now go forth and pass your NCLEX, and may the odds be ever in your favor.
A nursing pin has a unique design representative of the nursing program from which a nurse graduates. It connects you with your classmates, past, present, and future, and New River Community College. Many of you have the NRCC pin representing your program, and some are wearing one tonight. The pin is a symbol of the journey you have made. You have gained knowledge and skills and have changed along the way. You have also been flexible and resilient as you went through changes in our programs necessitated by the pandemic. My colleagues and I welcome you to the profession of nursing. Dr. Peter Anderson, Vice President of Instruction and Student Services, will read the names of each graduate here tonight. Dr. Anderson stands for academic excellence, and we are grateful for his outstanding leadership, especially navigating us through the pandemic. We are honored that he is with us tonight.
Will the candidates for all degrees please stand? Madam President, I present to you the members of the associate degree and practical nursing classes of 2020 and 2021. These candidates and others whose names appear on the program have completed all requirements for their degrees and certificates, and the faculty asks that they be conferred. All students, except those in the first row, may be seated. Some students have prepared remarks that will be read. Please hold your applause until after each student's remarks have been read. Amber Renee Akers.
As this chapter closes and another one opens, I would like to take a moment to thank all of those that have encouraged and supported me. First, I would like to thank my fiance, Miles, for stepping up in my absence and wearing many hats while I pursued higher education. I would like to thank my family and friends for their love and support throughout the program. I would also like to thank all the NRCC clinical instructors, preceptors, and staff that stepped up during the pandemic and made it possible for us to be here today. Lastly, I would like to thank everyone at Heritage Hall Blacksburg who made it possible for me to attend classes and clinicals while supporting and believing in me. Congratulations, class of 2021. We did it.
Tana Beth Akers.
I want to thank my mom and my boyfriend for supporting me through this journey, as well as my baby sister Allie for keeping a smile on my face no matter how hard things got. Without their love and support, I would not be where I am today.
Tiffany Lynn Alley.
I want to thank all my family, friends, and teachers who helped me make it to this day. Thank you to my husband Nathan, my kids Rayleigh and Caleb for always being my biggest fans. I can't wait to see what this journey has in store for me. Congrats, class of 2021. We did it.
Michelle Connor Basham.
I'm grateful for my husband and my family for being so supportive and helping me when I needed it throughout the program. Also, our amazing teachers for always going above and beyond to help us succeed.
Zachary Sean Blevins.
Thank you to everyone who has supported me through nursing school and life these last several years. I would like to especially thank my parents for pushing me to my potential and not giving up on me. They have both sacrificed so much and through their guidance made me the man I am today. I hope that one day you are as proud of me being your son as I am that you are my parents.
Elena Denise Brammer.
Words cannot explain how hard I have worked to get to this point and how hard others have worked to allow me to get here. I want to say thank you to all the teachers, mentors, clinical instructors, and coworkers who guided and shaped me into the nurse I am today. Thank you to my family and friends for supporting me even when I doubted myself. Today feels so surreal, but I cannot wait to add RN to my name.
Sierra Paige Butler.
Thank you, Omi, for always welcoming me. Thank you to my family for their support. Thank you, faculty, for your continual hard work getting us to the finish line. Above all else, I'm grateful to God for his faithfulness. Thank you.
Kendall Diane Nicole Buzzard.
Thank you for all your love, support, and good advice that led me to this day. It means a lot knowing how much each of you cared.
Abigail Nicole Cox.
Without my family, I would not be where I am today, and I am so thankful for them. I am so thankful for my friends who are there for me through it all. Thank you, Matt, for always encouraging me and being there for me.
Jason Warden Dove.
Thank you to everyone who has helped me along the way, family, friends, and coworkers. Thank you to all the faculty and staff, past and present, for all the guidance and support through the years. To all my classmates, congratulations and best wishes on all your future endeavors.
Stephanie Nicole Frazier.
I want to thank my family for always supporting me and pushing me to become who I am today. My fiance, Matthew, you are my rock and have kept me sane the last few years. I would not have made it without you. To the friends I've made, thank you for the laughs, memories, and support. We made it through.
Kaylee Brooke Hale.
I would like to thank my dad the most of all. You have always been my rock. I love you more than anything. I would also like to say thank you, Caleb and Brittany. I wouldn't have been able to make it without you guys pushing me to do my best. You guys encouraged me every step of the way. Lastly, I'd like to thank Carrie and Sierra. I would have missed so many assignments without you guys. Thanks for being my study buddies. I love all of you.
Karina Hill.
Thank you to all those who have helped me walk this journey. My husband for taking off every Saturday so I could go to clinicals. My children, Chandler, Paige, and Riley, for supporting Mommy. They believed in me even when I didn't believe in myself. Friends and family for putting up with my crazy and understanding that it was only temporary for the most part. Thank all of you for your love and support. Without you all, I wouldn't have made it through.
Daniel Matthew Jarboe.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank my girlfriend for her dedication and support through this journey. I would have not been able to do it without her. Also, I would like to thank all of the nursing professors and clinical instructors for their hard work and dedication. It's truly appreciated. To my fellow classmates, I will never forget the bonds that have been created and the dedication shown not only to the nursing profession, but to each other. We made it.
Samantha Drew Lambert.
I would like to thank my husband for all the love and understanding he's given me over the last 2 years and for always pushing me to do my best. I would like to thank the rest of my family for always listening and encouraging me, even when I was unsure and full of doubt. Thank you to my clinical groups for all the laughter and support, and thank you, Alexandra James, for being my reason and my motivation.
Alyssa Ann Maldonado.
Thank you to my family and friends for your endless support. I couldn't have done it without you.
John Paul Mangles.
I would like to thank my family for their continued support during my journey. A special thank you to my wife, Selena Mangles, for your selfless sacrifice and unwavering encouragement gave me the strength to succeed. Thank you for everything. I could not have done this without you.
Krista Hal McPeak.
To my husband, my biggest supporter and motivator, thank you for every sacrifice you made to push me through to the finish line. To my kids, thank you for being my daily inspiration. My clinical instructor, thank you for your kindness, knowledge, and for being our biggest fan. I'm so thankful that I had this opportunity, which forced me to grow, think outside the box, and shaped me into the woman I am today.
Hunter Shea Miller. Sarah Borchard Murray.
I would like to thank my parents, Andrea and Jenny, for their patience in waiting so long for this graduation, Bob for his unwavering support, Bill for his love and encouragement, my friends for putting up with not seeing me for so long, my classmates and mentors for sharing their knowledge and skill, and most of all, I want to thank my children, without whom I would never have had the perseverance to finally finish.
Hillary Claire Nolan.
I would like to extend my gratitude to each and every faculty member I have came across in this program. This was a peculiar way to go through nursing school, cough, cough, COVID-19. However, we persevered. I would also like to thank my family and friends. They have seen me through the highs and lows of nursing school and continue to keep me sane. I am so excited to walk through this stage and celebrate with you.
Caitlin Abigail Norton. Keithran Rainiel Peak.
I would like to thank my family and friends for believing in me when I had trouble believing in myself, for sacrificing so much of themselves in order to make my dreams come true, and for continuing to have faith in me, especially through this chapter of my life. I couldn't have done it without all of them. Words cannot express how thankful I am to have them all.
Sarah Grace Perkins.
I want to thank all my family and friends that have been there for me and gone along with me through this long journey we call nursing school. You guys have held me up when I couldn't hold my head up and pushed me when I didn't think I could go on. Without each one of you, I wouldn't be walking this stage today. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Carrie Eva Plogger.
I would like to say thank you to my parents, my brothers, my Nana, Hunter, Bob, and to my clinical instructor. You have always been right by my side, encouraged and supported me every step of the way, and made me feel like I could do absolutely anything. I am so blessed to have such wonderful people in my life, and I would not be where I am without you all. I love you all very much.
Hannah Price Seville. Zeb Douglas Schrader.
Firstly, I want to thank God for getting me to this point. I also want to thank my parents for being so supportive in the most stressful times. I also want to thank Alicia, Hannah, and Tori for being a great support system in the toughest of times. Lastly, I want to thank Zach, Crystal, and Derek for being so supportive in achieving this milestone. Also, a huge thank you to the instructors. I could not have done this without you all.
Alicia Marie Tanaka.
Kit Luke, I'm beyond thankful for you. You have not only supported me, but also encouraged me and helped me to believe in myself when I felt defeated. Thank you for everything you do. Thank Zeb for always being my study partner. I'd like to thank my parents, Aunt Diane, and best friends Sarah and Shelby for the needed stress relief. Thank you to the instructors for the knowledge. Lastly, thank you to my recent clinical group for the best memories.
Kaylee Brooke Tankersley.
I would like to thank my family, especially my mom and grandma, for always encouraging me as I pursued my dream of becoming a nurse. I am thankful for the friends that I have made along this journey and for all of their support.
Chloe Ann Taylor.
I would like to thank all of my instructors, my mom and dad, my boyfriend Nick, my grandparents, my siblings, my nephews, all my friends, and my puppy Milo. I could not have made it through the past 2 years without all of their love and encouragement.
Kayla Nicole Taylor.
I put my faith in God and He carried me through. I owe it all to Him. To my husband for being my biggest fan and always supporting my dreams. I appreciate you and I love you. To my children for being patient and understanding, never complaining, and picking up the slack where I had to be negligent. I couldn't have done this without you guys. You gave me purpose when I couldn't find any. To my family and friends, I love you, and to myself, I am proud of you.
Jacqueline Nicole Taylor.
Thank you, Lord, for all of your blessings and all of the amazing people who have helped me along the way.
Janie Mae Thomas. Elizabeth Kathleen Thornton.
Thank you to the instructors that helped me succeed in the program. Thank you to my family who supported me and were there for me, especially my husband Justin and my kids Jacob and Olivia. I can't wait to see what our next chapter has in store for us.
Rebecca Lynn Turman.
I would like to thank all the people who surrounded me, helping and supporting me on this journey through nursing school, and of course for new friends made. I am thankful for the nursing department for their support and willingness to help me succeed as a student at NRCC.
Logan Henderson Underwood.
To my parents and family, you have been endless cheerleaders for me throughout this journey, always taught me to have a strong work ethic and to always do my best. I couldn't have made it without your guidance, support, and endless love. To my friends, thank you for the endless laughs and late-night meltdowns together, and even the 2 a.m. snack runs while we vented. Gandhi said, "Be the change you want in the world." And friends, we finally made it.
Victoria Lynn Wilson. Will the candidates for degrees and certificates please rise? Madam President, the 2020 and 2021 Associate Degree in Practical Nursing graduating classes.
By virtue of the authority granted by the Commonwealth of Virginia to New River Community College and by the State Board for Community Colleges delegated to me, I hereby confer your degree or certificate with all rights, privileges, and duties pertaining thereto. Those who have received your degree may now move your tassels from the right to the left, and let me be the first to congratulate each of you on this major accomplishment.
You may be seated, and congratulations. I have the honor of introducing you to our colleague, Dr. Graham Mitchell, who will lead us in a presentation about the blessing of the hands. We're so thankful that Dr. Mitchell is here tonight. He is always willing to help us with this part of our ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you for the invitation to be a part of this marvelous event. I have to admit that I do come here with some motives in mind, and that is I want your hands to be thoroughly blessed so that when you're putting an IV in me, it'll go good. But in all seriousness, let's take just a moment to look at our hands. And not just you as the nursing students, but every one of us, because the hands that we have are very, very important to us. Look at those hands carefully. Those hands have been through a great deal. They have strengths, they have scars, they have beauty. Some of us will look at our hands and say, there ain't no beauty here, but I can assure you there is. And I invite you to remember that it is your hands that do the work of love in the world. Your hands may hold somebody else's hands. Your hands may type emails to politicians, sign cards of consolation and cards of congratulation, cards expressing love and care. Your hands may patiently teach. They might do quilt works of beauty or write words urging peace. Your hands may bathe children, feed elders, nurse the ill, work the earth, organize communities. Your hands will clasp in prayer, open in release, grasp in solidarity, and clench in righteous anger. But your hands are God's hands. Your hands, our hands, a great mystery of flesh and intention, and a great potential of embodied love. The blessing of the hands is a hospital tradition practiced around the world. It is something nurses have practiced probably since the times of Florence Nightingale, a 19th century nurse considered to be the founder of modern nursing. We come to this blessing of the healing of your work or the healing of your hands. Each of you brings unique gifts and a unique self to your various tasks. Today we come to celebrate your call and gifts and to remember that your life's calling is to bring healing to people who come to you. Through blessing your hands, we acknowledge today that your hands are holy hands, given to full divine purposes. And this blessing symbolizes the belief in the sacredness of our everyday lives and the sacredness of our everyday work. Through this blessing, we recognize the divine presence with us here and now. Our ability to touch someone with our hands is a great and powerful gift. I'm reminded of the story I once heard of a group of nurses and doctors who took vacation time to complete a mission trip to the Polynesian Islands. Their mission, find and treat lepers who were living in the squalor of the leper camps in those areas. One day they visited a camp and heard about a man who was in really bad shape and living in a makeshift shelter far away from the general population. They looked for him and found him. And indeed, he was in very pitiful shape. His wounds were bleeding and oozing pus, and his body was racked by infections that would surely take his life. The nurses gently lifted him out of his shelter and carried him to their makeshift hospital, where they began gently to undress the poor man, soaking his clothes in saline solution so they could unstick them from his skin. But in the process, this patient began sobbing almost hysterically. The nurses, in consternation, immediately stopped their work, wondering what had so disturbed this poor man. They knew that he could not feel anything because leprosy destroys the nerves, and they knew there was no sense of sensation. Once he was calm enough to speak, he assured them that he felt no pain. But, he said, this was the first time in more than 20 years that he had experienced human touch. And he was overcome with emotion. He died later that week, but he died with the comforting touch of those who had compassion and love. Your hands may well be the first hands that a first human being might find within a newborn child to touch them. Your hands will touch and bring healing to those who are sick, and your hands may be the last hands to touch and comfort those who are dying. You have power in your hands, a divine power, and today you come to have those hands blessed so you can do the work of healing with a heart of compassion and kindness. I'd ask everyone, please, to stand with me at this time. And nurses, as you are standing, I'd like for you to hold your hands out as if in supplication, because at this point, you are offering your hands in dedication to the healing work that you are beginning today, and also to receive something in your hands as they are blessed today. Let us pray together. Creator, healer, and comforter, you've called these nurses here to affirm the dedication of their lives to a ministry of healing and comforting. May their extended hands be God's hands, bringing healing to those they touch. With spirit of wisdom, we come seeking you for the work of healing you have given their extended hands to do. Healer and sustainer, may they understand the privilege of joining hands with those in pain and suffering, of walking with them at the very heart of their lives. Help them never to use their hands to push away those who are in need. Help them to reach for you in moments of calm and frustration and anxiety and peace, and in grief and in joy. Bless their hands and bless their hearts. Guide them to use their hands and hearts to make whole what is broken in our world. With this blessing, we pray that their hands and hearts are strengthened for the work that lies ahead. We pray that they are compassionate to human need, tender and strong in caring for the other, genuine in friendship, faithful to the commitment to this special ministry. May your powerful love and abiding loving kindness within and among them bring healing to all the people they touch. May we all go from here recognizing that each of us are also called and anointed to work for healing and for peace in our world. Amen. Let's remain standing. But as we do, I'd like to thank all of you for being here today, especially for those of you who are not graduates, but have come to show your support and your care for the folks who are here. That care and that support is appreciated more than what you'll ever imagine. So now, I ask you to go in peace and in joy, and do your part to make this a better world. Let's remain standing as the marshals lead us out.